Hi there, I'm Kevin Utile. I am the senior pastor of Reach Church in Colorado, and I also have the privilege of sitting on the board for Noah's ministry. I wanted to share just a little bit about the reason why I'm a part of this ministry. Number one is I love the house. I've been able to do ministry with Tab for a few years here. And also he sits on the board for our church. Personally, such a blessing to me as a brother and pastor in my life, and also teaching the church here, counseling and helping lead. Both have Tituses in our family, and two, just the heart that both Tab and Candace have for special needs. Obviously, their oldest son, Noah, and just the blessing that they have, and also the challenge that they have, and wanting to minister to families like themselves. And so for me, this is new, ministering to special needs. And so there's a lot of learning that I am going through just as I'm observing and hearing their heart. But hearing the statistics are devastating, that almost 90% of those with special needs, children, the parents are getting divorced. That about the same amount of people can't go to church because churches aren't being ministering and making space available for special needs children or adults. And so for me, it's like I want to change. I want to reach people in my community, especially the non-reached people. And so learning a lot from them, and also wanting to do something about it. And so something that I read recently, actually once they started this ministry, just stuck out at me, and I wanted to share it with you. And so it is in Jonah. It's the very last verse of Jonah. It's Jonah chapter 4, verse 11. God speaking, "And should I not pity Nineveh, that great city in which are more than 120,000 persons who cannot discern between their right hand and their left, and much livestock." And so here in the narrative of Jonah receives a word from the Lord. He runs away. He gets eaten by a whale, spits out on the shore, goes to Nineveh, preaches the gospel. They see revival. And he's sitting on the hill, and he thought that God was going to judge them, but he didn't, because God is merciful. And God says this very last thing: hey, there's 120 people in this city that I love. I love everybody, but they don't even know their right hand from their left. And this spoke to me. I actually kind of looked into this, and there was almost 1 million people in that city. So it wasn't just people that didn't know spiritually from the right from the left. Also children, possibly. But the Lord spoke to me and just said, hey, this is people with special needs. They don't know the right hand from their left, and God loves them. And so another reason that I have joined this ministry is because it's part of God's heart, that God loves the least of these, and also those that can't discern whether their right hand is from the left. God loves them. God loves the community around them, and we are too as well. Another thing I love about Tab is that he is not a Jonah. He does not run away from difficulty or from what God calls him to. He runs right into it. And so that's how Noah's ministry has been formed, is the house ran right into the burden that God has for them. And so I'm learning from them. And I would encourage you, if you're considering being a part of this ministry in some way, if you physically want to help and serve, thank you for doing that. I definitely know that we need prayer, we need open doors, we need wisdom, we need open hearts towards Jesus, and as we minister to them, how we can preach the gospel. But also, if you could give, if you can't physically come and help, then give towards the ministry so we can serve these families that are underserved in these communities, especially there in the great state of Texas. So again, I just am going to encourage you with what God has encouraged me, and God has a heart for special needs, the individuals, the families, those communities, and Noah's ministry has stepped up to fill the gap and to reach those that honestly are being unreached. And so God bless you, and may you receive the heart of Jesus.